When I came to grade 1, I did not know a word of English. My mother was a World War II refugee. She spoke virtually no English. And I still remember looking around the room to see who else was an EAL student, who else could speak my language. And that sense of loneliness is something that you don't soon forget. I'm Ted Fransen. I'm the Superintendent of Education in Pembina Trails School Division. I love my job, and it's my hope and dream that every one of the people who work in Pembina Trails shares my joy. So as I think about my role as the leader in Pembina Trails, I'm reminded of my love for cycling. And there's a particular trail that I love to cycle on. It's off-road. Lots of ups and downs, lots of hills, and lots of narrow bridges that cross over sometimes deep and other times shallow ravines. And early on, when I was getting into that trail, I would actually be afraid of those narrow bridges, and I would stop the bike, I'd get off, and I'd walk the bike across the bridge out of fear for falling into the ravine. And one day it occurred to me that if I gazed my view to the other side of the bridge, in other words, I had a vision for where I was going instead of worrying about the narrow bridge, I should be able to go across that bridge quite safely. So it was really a head game for me. And to my amazement, it worked, and I got greater and greater confidence in my ability to safely traverse every bridge. And that's what our role as classroom teachers is, to help our learners see what's possible on the other side. And that's why our Standards for Success in Literacy is so important in the work that we do. It is a unifying vehicle in Pembina Trails. So in a way, it's invitational, but it's inevitable. I know the pain of being a parent of a child who's not a reader. I can still remember vividly when my young daughter was in grade 3, when we got that phone call from the school. I'm not sure if they used the word illiterate. What we felt as parents and heard was the word illiterate. And we were crushed. We went home devastated, but I also remember feeling angry. I was angry with the school. It occurred to us that there was no point in blaming. This was really our responsibility to work together with the school. Everyone seemed to rally around my daughter. The classroom teacher, my friends who were teachers, they wanted to help. And I had words that, Sonia, what's this word? Spell it out. And she would break down in tears. And 25 years later, I get a bit emotional about it. I would say to her, Sonia, you can if you try. And through her tears, she would actually say, I can if I try, and then she'd get the word right. And I've told her many times that at her wedding, I'm going to tell that story of perseverance, of resilience, and not giving up. She never gave up. I'm proud of the teacher for having the courage to meet with us and to give us the bad news, and to then work with us in helping our little girl become a reader, which she did. Our Standards for Success in Literacy is a collaborative effort. It has involved a great many people. Swish, slice, flip, watch. Literacy is a very important element for our Board of Trustees, for me personally, and for the Assistant Superintendents in Pembina Trails. I know that it's also very important to every classroom teacher, every staff member in Pembina Trails. Our kids do really well, but not every student in our schools is able to now say, I am a reader. I'm inviting all of us, every one of us who works in Pembina Trails, to join the adventure so that every child at the end of the day can proudly say, I am a reader.